So is there really a shocking surprise coming in Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi? What's going on, everybody? I want to talk to you about this Japanese leaflet that's been floating around. You may have heard of it already. I wanted to talk about it today because it's getting a lot of people's hopes up by teasing that there's going to be a shocking surprise and a mysterious climax. So probably something towards the end of The Last Jedi will change everything. Or so it is said. So a lot of people are very, very hyped about this. I'll admit that I was a little hyped about it too, but I had to think about it for a little while, and that's kind of what I want to talk to you about today. The first thing I want to suggest is that you don't get your hopes up. First off, there's no way they're going to top Darth Vader's reveal at the end of Empire Strikes Back. There's just no way, because primarily we have the internet today. So nothing truly stays secret for very long. And even if they could make it stay secret, we've probably already come up with a conspiracy theory or a fan fiction of whatever scenario they're going to come up with. The internet is full of that, and it probably already exists. Just look at how many Snoke theories there are. Some are crazy, some are very, very clever, and some are more grounded in simple reality. Same thing as it applies to Rey's parents, the origins of the Force, the expanded universe and how it's going to impact in the new canon. All of the stories that they could possibly do really have almost certainly already been done by somebody. So chances are, if you follow a lot of content like this, you've probably already been exposed to a very, very close shot of what's going to happen. So don't get your hopes up for some super shocking reveal. It's very likely that this is just a promotional thing and that it's going to be maybe some type of reveal, but probably nothing all that shocking. So I want to talk about some possibilities of things it might be. First off, all right, let's talk about Snoke. If this reveal has something to do with Snoke, he'll either be somebody we know, which might be shocking, but that might be unlikely. What's more likely is that his origins are truly mysterious, but that whatever secret is about his origin will open up a whole new world for Star Wars to explore. That's a lot more likely, and that he'll just be a new character, but his background gives future stories something to dive into. Rey, let's talk about Rey. So maybe she's a clone, or maybe she's, got some super mysterious parentage, and that could be a shocking reveal. But what's more likely is that her identity won't be all that shocking because there's already been so much speculation. I think what's more likely is that her parentage won't even be as important as the journey she faces. It's her path that will be the most important thing about Rey, not where she came from. That's what I think. Even though everybody wants to know about her parentage, it's more likely that where she's going, her journey is more important than her origin. And it also could be something about the Force in general. I think the Force itself is the most likely shocking surprise from Episode 8. And there's a couple of reasons why I want to talk about the Force specifically as it applies to Episode 8. First off, the obvious. We hear in the trailer, Luke says that it's time for the Jedi to end. So there is a lot of rumors that Luke is going to completely abolish the Jedi and bring balance to the Force. I think there's a lot of credibility with that because it applies back all the way back to the prophecy of the one who will bring balance to the Force, but it also coincides with what he's saying, and also resonates with everything that they're doing in the Star Wars Rebels and all of the expanded universe, or rather the new canon, I should say, and all of the books and everything else that's not related to the movies, but is supporting the larger Star Wars universe. Outside of just the Skywalker family tree, there is a lot more going on, and after this trilogy, there is going to be more Star Wars stories, but they might not all revolve around Luke Skywalker. In fact, they're absolutely not going to revolve around Luke Skywalker. He's one story in the Star Wars universe, but there are other people and other things going on in different parts and places. Let's just look at the popularity of Ahsoka, for example. Ahsoka is incredibly popular, and she has a ton of stories about her already, and there is more to come. But if you watch Star Wars Rebels, Ahsoka is not a Jedi anymore. She was, and she abandoned the Order, and she says very clearly in Star Wars Rebels that I'm no Jedi. And that basically is giving rise to the whole possibility that you can be a Force user without being bound to a specific religion. And so I think it's going to break down the barriers of Jedi and Sith and go back to just being a Force user. Look at also the Bendu from Star Wars Rebels. He talks about being the one in the middle. He's not the light or the dark. So I think it's more likely that if we have any kind of shocking surprise, it'll be more of a shock to people who are just casual fans of Star Wars and not people who dig into it as much. So please don't get your hopes up quite that much. I do think it's going to revolve around the Force, but even if I'm wrong, I'm convinced that any shocking reveal or any major changes made in this movie are going to also apply, and their ramifications will be felt on future projects like Ezra and Ahsoka and stories going forward that will be able to also take advantage of any new surprises. So that's what I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment and tell me what you think the shocking surprise could be. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and as always, have a wonderful day.